These 6 things doth the Lord hate. Yea, 7 are an abomination unto him: a proud look, a lying tongue, and hands that shed innocent blood, an heart that deviseth wicked imaginations, feet that be swift in running to mischief, a false witness that speaketh lies, and he that soweth discord among brethren. Proverbs 6:16-19. Is abortion child sacrifice? Yes. Both involve parents intentionally killing their own children, burning or cutting, exchanging a human life for something else, either killing to avoid a negative consequence or to secure a benefit. When people abort their unborn child to save their reputation, get a college degree, save money, hide their sexual sin, or please others, they are sacrificing their children in order to avoid a negative consequence or obtain some other benefit. The most painful truth in confessing our regret over abortion is that we sacrificed our children for things of lesser value. Did you know that the injustice of killing the preborn has existed for thousands of years? Abortion was practiced in ancient Greece, and some sources say it was practiced in ancient Egypt as early as 1550 BC. Humanity is so sinful that when we want something, no matter how evil it is, we will try any barbaric method to get it. Child sacrifice is very much like abortion. The only difference between abortion and child sacrifice is age and location. Abortion kills a baby before he or she is ready to be born. Child sacrifice kills a baby who is already born. Abortion kills a baby who hasn't made it down the birth canal yet. Child sacrifice kills a baby or older child who has made that 6-inch journey. Thus, child sacrifice, often mentioned in the Old Testament, is very much like abortion. In Bible times, pagan nations surrounding the children of Israel sometimes practiced child sacrifice as part of a cult, such as the cult of the Canaanite god Molech, or of Baal or other unnamed deities, aka false gods. Other times they sacrificed humans in response to defeat or crisis. Child sacrifice to Molech in particular is described many times in the Old Testament as burning their sons and daughters in the fire. Deuteronomy 12:31. Another passage more generally states, they sacrificed their sons and their daughters to false gods. They shed innocent blood, the blood of their sons and daughters whom they sacrificed to the idols of Canaan, and the land was desecrated by their blood. Psalm 106, verse 37-38. This verse is referring to the Israelites turning away from God to the evil pagan practices of their neighbors. What does God have to say about child sacrifice? It might send chills up your spine. One of the best examples is in 2 Kings 21, when Manasseh, king of Judah, followed the detestable practices of the nations the Lord had driven out before the Israelites. 2 Kings 21:2. He worshipped false gods, desecrated the temple, practiced witchcraft, and sacrificed his own son in the fire. 2 Kings 21:6. And if that weren't enough, moreover, Manasseh also shed so much innocent blood that filled Jerusalem from end to end, besides the sin that he had caused Judah to commit. 2 Kings 21:16. He is said to be the worse than the pagan themselves. This is God's response. I am going to bring such disaster on Jerusalem and Judah that the ears of everyone who hears of it will tingle. I will stretch out over Jerusalem the measuring line used against Samaria and the plumb line used against the house of Ahab. I will wipe out Jerusalem as one wipes a dish, wiping it and turning it upside down. I will forsake the remnant of my inheritance and give them unto the hands of enemies. 2 Kings 21:12-14. Clearly, child sacrifice is numbered among the sins God finds most egregious. According to His law, anyone who sacrifices his child to Molech deserves the penalty of death by stoning, and God will turn His face from him. Leviticus 20:1-5. And this is important. If the members of the community close their eyes when the man sacrifices one of his children to Molech, and if they fail to put him to death, I myself will set my face against him and his family, and will cut them off from their people together with all who follow him in prostituting themselves to Molech. Leviticus 20:4-5. God gives the community responsibility to address and confront situations in which children are killed. We are no longer under Levitical law, but we are still required to fulfill the moral principles set forth in the law, including protecting the helpless and preventing murder. And that is why we fight for the lives of the preborn. If the church doesn't address this injustice, we are forsaking our biblical responsibility as Christians. Human beings are created in the image of God. Part of the gift that God has given us as humans is procreation, the ability to participate in creation along with the author of life. This sacred gift should always be valued and treasured. In God's original plan, every pregnancy should be the result of the expression of love between a man and a woman committed to each other in marriage. A pregnancy should be wanted, and each baby should be loved, valued, and nurtured even before birth. Unfortunately, since the entrance of sin, Satan has made intentional efforts to mar the image of God by defacing all of God's gifts, including the gift of procreation.